All right, y'all. So we're gonna get started. It's like 2:03. Welcome everybody who's coming in. This is already more people than I thought, which is really great. So I'm gonna put a little explainer in the chat here, and I'll put this in here a few times for people who are coming in. If you if you want, you're welcome to keep your camera on while you're working. Um, if you don't want to, I've got two camera feeds running, which is one of my studio and then one sort of here. And if you want, you can, click on your little dots and you can hide non-video participants if you want, and then you sort of just get a view of what's happening here. But all right, welcome to Watch Me Work. Welcome to my house. This is my studio in my house. I live in a cabin in Western Massachusetts, and as you can see from the big camera, you can see sort of the room I'm in. It's actually a really bright, really sunny room, and even though the head-on feed makes it look gray outside, it's actually really nice today here. Um, this I want to start by saying this work builds on the work of Suzan-Lori Parks, American playwright who's been doing a series like this for many years at the Public Theater. And first, she did it in their upstairs lobby. In their sort of new version of the Public Theater, there's this upstairs like mezzanine lobby, and then in the pandemic, she's been doing it online. So I've always wanted to do something like this. So I'm building on her work and give her credit for it. Um, there's three more in this series. I put them in the chat. I'll put it in the chat again. But February 9th, February 23rd, March 4th, I'm just going to be here 2 p.m. working, doing what's happening now, giving somewhat of the same speech. Today I'm going to stop around 2:40, 2:45, and anyone that's here wants to have a chat, questions about what I made, questions about what I usually make, um, questions about how working is hard or easy or whatever is happening for you in your own creative practice. Um, there's a couple things that, everyone's welcome to just listen and watch what's happening here or do your own co-working. You can turn your camera on or off. I just ask that you keep muted, whatever it is you're doing. But if you want to visually be with us in this room, that's totally fine. No worries either way. There's a couple things that'll be different about what's happening today that are different than how I usually work. And maybe also different from Suzan-Lori's version of this, which is that I don't work silently. She is a playwright, she's a writer. So when you watch her work, you're at these public things, you're seeing her um, with headphones on, you're seeing her at her typewriter, but you're not hearing anything. It's quite silent, and I'm a musician, and that's not this work will not be silent. You're gonna hear stuff, and maybe you find it annoying. So feel free to mute while we work, and then turn my sound back on at 2:45 when we want to chat. Or you might find it comforting. I'll be really interested. Give me some feedback. You may find it comforting to hear like the little bits and bobs of like whatever it is that I'm making. I don't know what I'm gonna make, so that's the other thing that I feel nervous about that, but um, I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I'll tell you what I'm trying to make today. I'm in a weekly songwriting group with about 15 other songwriters, and I've been in the group since 2014. And every week, the person who runs the group, a musician named Matt, the electrician, he gives us a prompt. He finds it from wherever. I don't even really know. He doesn't really know. He just grabs a phrase or a couple of words and he sends them to the group, and we get the prompt on Sunday or Monday, and the song is due on Friday. So for 7 years now, I joined in January 2014. I have had a song due every week. I don't do it every week, but I do it a lot of the time, and it's been really great for me. So today's prompt that came from Matt for this week is 4 silent films. And sometimes I look at the prompt and I know exactly what I want to do, and other times I look at it like today and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with that? 4 silent films. So for the next 35, 40 minutes, I am going to do what I do and try to make a song out of the prompt 4 silent films. So one other thing that's different that I'm doing for you today is that I'll be working on lyrics on the screen. I usually, use my notebook and write stuff out by hand. That's just an old habit. But I'm going to try to write stuff on the screen today so that at least you can see that piece of it. in terms of like what I'm thinking and what makes it in, what doesn't make it in. My goal is also to finish this song. I mean, finish is a loose term when it comes to the songwriting group. We often turn in very shitty things. And, the thing about it is when you do something every week or you do something a lot of the time, folks in this room who are my students, will know that my main teaching principle is songs aren't precious. So whatever I'm making today is not precious, um, and we'll just go in the bucket of the songs I've made and the songs I will make. So, but my intention is to sort of get something complete that I can send into my group. So that's enough talking, which I just kind of want to talk to waste time. I was telling a friend ahead of time, but I actually think the hardest part about this is not that like folks are watching or being in the space with me. That doesn't feel as like hard as the fact that like, oh, I just have to write now for like 35 or 40 minutes. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody, and do your own thing. And I'll see you on the other side. Thank God for silent films. Thank God for the mute button. Thank God for the break from the noise of the Twitter talking of the boys, going back and forth like it's their favorite poison. Blessed be the quiet wall. Blessed be when the birds shut up and I didn't shut them fall. Still thank God. For silent films, thank God. For the mute button, thank God. For the break from the noise of the Twitter talking of the boys, going back and forth like it's their favorite poison. Blessed be the quiet wall. Blessed be when the birds shut up. Benediction for the still unfurled. Loud like it's shouting. Thank God for the break from the noise, all the Twitter talking off the board. Going back and forth. Blessed be the quiet walk. Blessed be when the birds shut up. Benediction for the still unfurled, hushed from the shouting of the world. All right, well, thank God that's over. It stopped a minute before I wanted to because I couldn't take it anymore. If folks that are still here want to turn on cameras and unmute themselves and let's just have a chat and a hang. I was really not into that. I gotta say.
I was pretty into it, I'm not gonna lie.
Really? Okay, good. Let's have some feedback. I was like, this is going nowhere. When can I stop?
All I had to do was submit a Today at Brown. Like that was my goal. And
Did you
just
get,
was
did
just
you do, did you
I
do it?
did it and it was just
Okay, good.
felt so good to do that and be like, okay, okay.
Well, then I guess it was helpful. I'll say really quickly like what's not working for me, and then we can talk about whatever. But generally, like when I do these game songs, I really like to make them funny. Like it just kills me to like have to make something serious out of something for this little thing, and it's like it just got so serious. It's like I didn't get to any of my silent films rhymes that I was trying for. I feel like I got nowhere with this. Yeah. I like to make funny shit for this. That's just like meta funny shit for this thing. So this got a little serious for me. But if anyone was wondering, the main tools I was using was this. This is my complete rhyming dictionary. It's organized by vowel sounds, and then vowel sounds paired with consonants. So it looks like this, which is really fun. And then my other main thing that I really love for getting started with lyrics is this like giganti thesaurus that is, it's organized in a way I can't even explain, but it's great. It leads you down interesting paths. So, I mean, maybe there's something in this little nugget. You know, I still need to turn something in on Friday, so I'll have to spend some more time with it and see what happens. Anyway, thoughts, comments, hellos from anybody? It's quite a few people on here, more than I expected, certainly. Dylan, how's it going? How's your semester?
You know, it's nice. I'm liking it. I'm in Professor J's class, which is how I found out about this. It's good to see you, Coach.
Yeah.
I was downloading illegal books.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I was finding ways to torrent books. So yeah, no, it was super helpful.
Great.
It was nice. Yeah.
How's your writing going?
I would say I've hit a what is the word? Creative block at the moment, but there are ideas floating in my mind. Hopefully, the classes I'm in can unearth them somewhere. I got an electric guitar, which is cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
very cool. Thank you. But other than that, yeah.
That's awesome. How's your semester, Jay? What's going on so far? Which class is this that you're teaching that you brought folks from? Is it playwriting class?
It's late modern and contemporary theater and performance. So
Oh,
we've been in
cool.
21st century theater and had studied Suzan-Lori Park. So when I saw this, I was like, yes, we can actually experience it.
Yeah, well, it's right. It's interesting because her work is silent in the like watch me work world.
Right.
So it's interesting. Cool.
Right. I loved when the music came in, though. That was great. I
Well,
was writing an email, which I'm almost done with, so I'm a little distracted because it was like a
Well, it's
very
funny
complicated
I
email.
don't think I
I'm
would have.
like, it's so close.
I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have gone to the music that early, but I was sort of knew that time was running out and people were watching, and I know people want to hear the music part because that's the sort of more mystery. I think. I mean, it's the mystery for me as well. Like I don't, like trying to find, and it's the harder thing too. It's the sort of alchemy and like how do you find what that's supposed to sound like? So I probably went to it like sooner than I would have. Or, I mean, I guess the other thing to note about this, and I don't know if Suzan-Lori has said this or not, but like, I usually only write when I like have an idea, or like I'll be doing something and then, the prompt will be in my mind all week, for example, for this, and like I'll be doing something else, and then, or like on a walk or like making a cup of tea or something, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's what that song should be. And, yeah, so just sort of try to pull it out of a unhewn rock is interesting. Hi, Ellie. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well.
Thanks for making it. Ellie's in TAPS 1251A currently.
Yeah, it was fun to, have motivation to be creative and to be able to do it with somebody else.
So what were you doing while I was working?
Oh, I wrote like a chorus and a verse of a song like 3 months ago, and I wanted to do something else. And then it got stuck in my head. And I was like, you know what? We're going to answer it until it goes out of my head again, because knowing me, once I try to actually do it, it will go away.
Right.
So I actually did like write a verse though, and then it went back away. So yeah.
Awesome. So were you thinking musically or just lyrically right now?
I had written the first verse and the chorus musically and lyrically, and the melody was just stuck in my head. And so usually I do lyrics and music, but this was kind of a inverse kind of situation.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. How's your semester, Mia? Nice to see you.
Hello, it's so nice to see you. My semester's going well. It's senior year, last semester. So I am in Dr. J's class. Yeah, no, it's going really well. This week has been a lot. So I've been like eating quite frequently. So during this time, I made myself a plant-based grilled cheese with avocado. I'm running between a lot of different meetings, and I find that every meeting I'm in, I'm eating, and people clock me, and they're like, "Mia, you're always eating," and I'm like, "Yes, because if I didn't, I would die." So that's what the semester felt like.
I mean, that's what the pandemic is for me. Is like, I just want to eat all the time, and how can I look at that? When there's not a lot to do, it's like eating, and then I reach for it for comfort. But is your what kind of bread did you use?
Rye bread.
Oh, delicious.
The brand is So Delicious plant-based mozzarella cheese.
I know that brand, yeah.
Amazing. And then avocado, and then I put the everything bagel seasoning on it. Yeah.
Oh my God, that makes me really hungry.
It is amazing. It is this. I tried giving it to my parents who are not plant-based cheese people, and they were like, they did not want it, which was sad, but to each their own.
My pandemic discovery has been cauliflower pizza. And I'm not a cook, so the fact that there's a frozen cauliflower pizza that I can buy and just put in the oven has been great for me. Keeping it on topic, does anyone have any besides Dylan, you're saying you've hit a block of some sort, what are some things you're thinking about besides classes that might get you out of that?
I'm thinking a lot about the Sims video game, and trying to conceive of a play, because me and my best friend used to play The Sims when we were like in a weird in-between phase of like middle school and high school, and like what does it mean for like Black women to like be able to have simulations to exist in the world as white women on this game, and like thinking through writing that. I just have to talk to my friend who at the moment is mad at me, so I need to sort that out. Yeah, thinking also a lot about Sally Hemings, and speculative histories, and you can't tell me it's not true that maybe she could have been queer. You can't tell me it's not true. So
I want to see that play.
yeah, I'm thinking perhaps play with music. I don't know. Thinking through a lot of ideas that I just need to figure out a way to start. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. What about you, Coach? What are you thinking about?
Well, I'm in a weird transitional writing moment, which is why the weekly game can be really good for me, because it just makes me. I mean, this is the first time I did the game last week. And I'll play you what I wrote last week, and you'll see what I mean when I talk about how I just like really want to write shit that's funny for this. All right, listen to this one. I haven't made a song in forever. I wonder whether I ever will again. It feels like they're all in the next room, and I can't get to them. Fridays, I need songs on Fridays. Everyone needs things on Fridays. That's why they're so bad. Fridays, I need songs on Fridays. Everyone needs things on Fridays at that awful time called close of business. That's the idea. Goes on. But those are the kind of songs I like to write for the game, because it just clears my head, and it's just like acknowledges this sort of weird artificiality of like, ugh, somebody hands you this thing and you got to do it and turn it in. But it also just like clears the channels. But I wrote a whole record in 2020, and then recorded it in December, and that was such a like a weird push and a weird sprint and a strange like focus. Like it's all I did for basically since class ended. Our class ended like in whenever that was, like May or something, and then I recorded it at starting after Thanksgiving. So in between then, that's all I did was like just like write songs for this record, and then making the record and getting it mixed and all that stuff is just like a whole. It's always a huge process. So now I'm just like sitting here and I'm like, well, what is next? And I have a couple things. I have the game every week, but I also have this, which maybe next week I'll work on. But it's I don't know why I'm showing it to you as if it's gonna make any difference to you. But this is a song that like Sarah Rule, who you all know from, of course, Brown World. We decided in the pandemic we'd write a song together. So she doesn't write music, so we just did a few Zoom sessions. One of them was on election day, which was really fun, to just do like a Zoom where we just made a song, and we basically have the lyrics in the form for a song. It's called Pandemic Shopping List, and it's actually not funny, even though the title is funny. And then it's like then she just is like, done. And it's my job to find the music, which has escaped me. So that's on my desk. And there's a group of Brown alumni, loosely organized by Lisa Loeb, who I don't know if the younger folks will know who that is, but she was like had a huge hit in the early 90s called Stay. And it was the main song from Reality Bites, which is a very famous like early 90s movie with Winona Ryder and Ethan Hawke. Anyway, she was a Brown graduate, and when she was in her early 20s, blew up with the song, and we've stayed friends. I've been friends with her for a little bit. I opened for her when I was at Brown at Lupo's, actually. But anyway, we've stayed friends. She, in the pandemic, has been organizing Brown alumni who have musical theater connections to write this sort of crowdsourced Zoom musical. And it's sort of 7-minute pieces by Brown alums, and So she called and asked if I would like compose for a script that these two Brown alumni had written. So then I roped in a younger alum than me named Jossie Adams, who's in a band called Arc Iris. So we have like a Zoom about it tomorrow, but we're going to try to like take this script and turn it into a 7-minute musical. So like that's on the plate. But it's like, yeah, like the bigger picture, I don't have a lot of focus right now. I'm not like really, there's no big project because I just did this huge project that now is going to sit in the shoot until probably September is probably when it will come out. So it's just a weird moment. But you know, weird moments are part of it, and some kind of forced practice seems really great. So next Tuesday at 2 p.m. I will be here working on something. I'm not sure what. And you know, anybody that wants to come and join, I'll let you know what happens with this song. I'm gonna make a bet that this song, like 10% of it stays. That's what I'm gonna bet. That's what I'm gonna bet. Oh, the other thing I just want to say, you know, I also am recording this so folks can watch it later, but my favorite writing tool is this thing. It's a drum machine on my phone that is really simple to use, and you just press each color and it's a sound, and you just press the dot of where you want the sound. It's like a drum machine for kids, and it's really my favorite composing tool. So this is the kick drum sound. And then here's the snare. And I don't know if you noticed, but at one point when I was writing, when it wasn't working, I went and changed where the snare was hitting to try to like move my brain a little bit. But anyway, it's really easy, and I use this all the time. So that's my main thing. All right, mindful of time. It's really nice to see everybody's faces. And those of you that didn't show your face, thank you so much for being here. And this is what it is. I'll be here next week, Tuesday at 2 p.m.